Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this another brand new day with me hacking and coughing and choking, of course. Oh, joy. I think, because I don't really feel anything else, that I am hopefully over the damage from breathing the poisonous fumes from burning plastic and carpeting. I hope. At least the poisoning part. Hopefully my lungs are continuing to heal, because I still wheeze, I still hack, I still cough. I didn't have as many issues last night as I did the night before. The night before, it had been bad because I kept having anxiety because it felt like I couldn't breathe. Even with my sleep apnea mask firing air down my throat. But last night, while I did have issues sleeping, pain, I didn't have any breathing type issues. I like to sleep on my right side after like a decade more of not being able to, but now, after like 4 hours of lying on my right side, oh, my shoulder and my chest just hurt so bad I can't lay on it anymore. So I gotta flip over. So yay. So I did flip-flopping last night, so I didn't get a full night's sleep. I'm very tired. Yay. Insomnia for the win. Past that, I mean, I'm still struggling with, I got like a hair on the end of my nose. My sincere apologies. I think because the air is filled with the fluffy cotton stuff, and I mentioned this yesterday, I think that a large part of what I'm dealing with, the wheezy part, is allergies to that, and of course, as I mentioned, the cannabis smoking part, where I've had more bud through a pipe this last month than I have in the past 6 months. Because previously, as mentioned with the whole pandemic thing, budget weed prices more than doubled. And while the price of concentrate didn't go up, I'm quite sure the quality of the concentrate suffered. So I've just been on concentrate for quite some time. And there's a difference when you're smoking that. I mean, if you're smoking cannabis flower, you know, you're burning plant matter, and it's going straight from your bowl into your lungs. And that's very hot smoke. And, you know, you're burning the tissue of your lungs and such. Not doing incredible amounts of damage, but you have cilia on the inside of your esophagus and your throat, leading down into your lungs. And they wave upward to try and bring stuff up and out of your lungs so you can hack and cough and sneeze them out. When you smoke stuff, you burn those off. Now, the difference here in the type of things that you smoke, of course, tobacco, nicotine, when you smoke, it burns off the cilia, and your cells mutate, and you do not regrow those cilia. I believe, because cannabis is completely different in that fashion, that it does not cause that sort of thing to happen. Because remember, cannabis is just a strain of plant, and they don't treat it with anything. They grow it out of the ground with fertilizers. Depending on who grows it, there could be pesticides. It could be a more holistic type of pesticide. That's who knows. But the point being, it's just a plant. And then they take it, they dry it, they cut off the flower, they put it into packages, they sell it, you ingest it. That's not the way cigarettes are made. I mean, they take the tobacco plant, they chop it up into lots of pieces, and then they add 700 to 7,000 chemicals, depending on the company and the brand and the type of cigarette and how premium it is. And each of those chemicals is designed to enhance your smoking experience. Amazingly enough, you know, coincidentally, they're all addictive as well. You know, amazing how coincidental that is. But at the same time, that stuff, all those chemicals, especially since tar is just the concentration of all that stuff. I mean, when you have concentrated tar from cigarettes, it is concentrated carcinogens. When you have tar from cannabis, it's just concentrated cannabis. And there's a difference. It's still gross. It's still tar and resin and all that. It has some THC in it, not much. So if you're desperate, you can still re-smoke that. But that's all that is. It's the condensing down of the stuff that's just in the plant. It's unlike tar for cigarettes, which is the condensing down of all of those carcinogens. So luckily there's a difference. If I can find them on the wavelength thing of my video and I don't cough too much, I will replace the sounds. Seeing spikes and stuff on the audio tracks in hit film is a little bit more difficult because it's a little bit more precise, and so it shows you more, whereas I used Filmora before and I only used 8, and it was really easy to see spikes and jumps in the audio because it wasn't so precise. So if I can catch them, if I don't cough too much, thumbs up for that. So past that though, it is just a day. I mean, yesterday, it's a weekend. Even though I don't have any difference between days, every one of my days is roughly the same because I don't have a job. I don't work, and I don't have a family that I can take care of. My children are almost adults, and they have been taken care of by my in-laws as their guardians almost since they were born. So, yay. So every day for me is roughly the same. I have to put structure into it for it to have any structure. Weekends, slightly less because you needed time to just relax a bit more. So yesterday, once again, I did a lot of falling asleep in here. I don't like falling asleep in here because I don't have my sleep apnea mask. And if I happen to stop breathing, then I'm just going to be not breathing, no oxygen. And that is a huge strain on your heart and your brain. People die of heart attacks and stroke from apnea all the time. Sleep apnea. I don't know if there's other types of apnea. I'm sure there are, especially since there's that sleep apnea distinction there. So, and again, because this is just so weird, and I can point to times when I was a child where I have memories, but I'll come back to that, where two types of sleep apnea, obstructive and central. Obstructive is just the soft tissues of your throat collapse and block your breathing. Then there's central, where your brain just forgets to tell your lungs to breathe, and so you don't. And that's what I have. My brain just forgets to tell my lungs to breathe. And so they don't. I can remember times as a child because these were strong enough impressions where I had to remember during the daytime. If I did not voluntarily, consciously breathe, I didn't. So I guess even as a kid, there's that. Hopefully it only happened a lot during the daytime, because I can oh boy, all through the 90s, I had a horrific thing going on with my pulse where it just skipped beats all the time. And I didn't even know for over a decade I had sleep apnea. For over a decade, I was stopping sleeping. I would wake up daily with my sheets soaked in sweat because I'd stopped breathing and I was struggling to breathe. So yay. Add on top of that the 25 plus years of active alcoholism, which it's a central nervous system depressant, which suppresses your breathing anyway. I'm lucky I'm alive. I'm lucky I'm alive in so many ways. I have had so many actual near-death experiences, it's insane. Even so much as lately. I mean, 5 some odd years ago, my housemates and we were out at one of their relatives' place heading out to a river. It's a dangerous way to get down to the river. I don't even know if you can anymore. I haven't been out there since. But at that point on the path to get down there, you literally have to go down a trail at a hard angle. And where the trail turns, 1 inch further is a 30-foot drop onto dried stumps. And as I was going down that path, my feet started to slide. I was rolling down the path on top of the rocks. They were acting as wheels. And if my housemate hadn't planted herself and thump, stopped my progress because I wasn't able to stop, I would have gone over the edge. Would I have survived that? I don't know. So yeah, and even out walking, there have been times where I've had to jump and dance and be quick with my eyes. Otherwise, I would have been smacked by a car many a time. And this is even me, going on the crosswalks, looking both ways and then making sure no one's coming. And then as I'm going, the idiot who's been over here behind the stop sign goes roof right into me, and I have to jump. So there's fools and crazy people out there everywhere. You just got to keep your eyes open. And remember, safety features. What are safety features for roads and such if you are a human being? I've talked about this with other things as well. But it's, you figure dangerous things would have safety features to keep people from getting hurt. What's the safety feature if you're driving along a road? Keep your eyes open. Be ready to run or dodge at any time. Okay, that's the safety feature. Is be ready to dodge or you may die. Be ready to run or you may die. Thumbs up. Good safety feature there. Especially since we know how many people get hit by cars every year in the United States alone. Ugh. Thumbs up for that. So, yesterday, I went walkies and it was nice. But I did that at like 7 o'clock at night. And past that, I just played games and I watched YouTube videos and I tried not to fall asleep, but fell asleep anyway. So weekends are more boring. As a real minor thing, I don't read a lot of wikis for games. If the information isn't in-game, then I generally don't know about it. Even that, sometimes I will play a game and just stay within the area of knowledge that I know and not branch out and check out other things. Just because I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, I don't really need to know more. Even though there has been further clarification and comments about what's happening, I had no idea that the game Terraria has character classes. Now, I started playing Terraria back when they first started releasing it. So, I don't know if it was 2011 when I first started playing, but it was really bloody close. Because my wife was alive, and there you go. But I had no idea that they had introduced character classes into the game. And I'm the kind of person that, now that I know that, a lot of my enjoyment is gone. I have been assured in comments that it's not really important, and then any character class can do whatever you want, but there is equipment and stuff that is gated off to class. If you're not that class, you can't use it. And all this time I have been playing and seeing Terraria as a you can do anything, and now that there's any sort of roadblock in front of there, oh, how nice, virus and threat protection, Windows Defender summary. I gotta do something about that. But now that I know that, even though it hasn't changed anything else, a lot of my enjoyment is gone. I'm not happy about that. I don't like that sort of thing. Yeah, they're assured that it doesn't really matter. Even though there is a character class that if you do it, it's going to be largely useless, and if you do it, then you're kind of stuck. I probably won't stop playing entirely, but it's going to take a lot of processing time because I have just discovered that it ran with full intention and knowledge straight into area that I just loathe and despise, and it started rolling around and enjoying itself, and I hate that sort of thing. And they're leaning into it. It may not affect gameplay that much, But that's like finding out one of your best friends secretly is racist, and when you're a good friend, doesn't care that you know. It just... Bad analogy, same feeling. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my depression, fibro, and more, at least I got my ADHD treated. I can remember a lot more than I used to. So, hey, things are looking up. That's a good thing. We have Nico Bands, thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Dasharat, thumbs up and thank you very much. And again, it wasn't you, it was just the knowledge, no fear. Jonathan Cole, greatly appreciated. Adam Pura, thumbs up. There's Confused Owl 29. Good that you are an adult. Thumbs up for your birthday. Thumbs up for passing that milestone. Greatly appreciated. Rob 1983, thumbs up. Ricky Bettini, greatly appreciated, and hope things go well with you. I don't know where I am. This is 8? Where am I? 8? I think that's 8. Griff, and then there's Blurry Face. Now we have DVR03 with 10, and then Melancholic Wallflower, thumbs up. Crystal Phillips, greatly appreciated. Tommy Nelson, thumbs up. Then we have Callum Cartini, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. 14 individual different people who left me comments, and that's cool. Any comments at all, any views at all, very awesome. Definitely a thumbs up. Thank you all so very, very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated to get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text. Yay. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people that could be, well, not could be, but would be beautiful and awesome, definitely a thumbs up on that. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I do have a PayPal link down below. If you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well, with hopefully, things like Reptisand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that would be very, very awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. A definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool as well. So hokey smokes, here it is. For me, it is Sunday morning. I've got videos to record. I've got things to hopefully do. Hopefully I won't fall asleep in here again. We shall see. So, no matter where you are, with everything still going on and the pandemic still burning and raging, things are getting better depending on where you are. So just be smart and be safe. If you're around people, because no one has to show proof they're vaccinated, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, and we can get through this. I hope. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a definite thumbs up. There is no quarter given in this war against the creeper. It must punish. It must punish. It must be punished.